Hello beautiful people, welcome to this video. I hope that life finds you kind. I hope you're in a happy mind state. And today is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if it'll be Thanksgiving when you view this video, but happy Thanksgiving. And it kind of leads into today's video. What I want to kind of talk to you guys about is feeling isolated. With the holidays here, it's very common that it's a lot of people's busy with their holiday festivities and hanging out with loved ones and family, but not everyone has that, and not everyone can go out and enjoy the company of others. A lot of people choose to be by themselves, for whatever reason. Maybe you're in a new city, maybe you're homeless, maybe you're locked up, maybe, whatever the case may be, you're maybe in a situation that is no control of yours, And so, feeling alone, especially on a day like today, with today being Thanksgiving, it could be really hard, it could be really challenging because you see everyone else and everyone's having a great time and they're smiling, and then you kind of look at yourself situation and you might think, well, is there something wrong with me? Because I'm all alone. I should be out having, enjoying a good time with friends and family and whatnot, but I'm here alone. And you may decide that you want to be alone. For some people, it's like, sometimes you might decide that you want to be alone. You might not want to be bothered with people. You may be not a people person. I'm not really a people person. I know I can contest that many of holidays that I would rather just kind of be in my home or my apartment or my living situation or whatever, and I was just happy. I had something to eat, because a lot of times, holidays to me, I look at them just another day, just like a birthday. It's just another regular day, and so, but back to what I was saying is that if you find yourself alone, I do want to tell you that there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with if you don't want to be bothered with anyone, if you just kind of want to be to yourself. Maybe you had a breakup, and you're just not in the holiday spirit, the holiday festivities or whatnot. So it's okay. It's okay that if you just want to kind of, again, be to yourself, that's fine. That's something you choose to do. As long as that makes you happy, that's all that matters, Because, in life, it goes by so fast, and, you wake up one day and you kind of look back and, you kind of miss, the whole thing in life, and it's like, you look back at it and it's like, what was it for? So as long as you're doing what you want to do, as long as you do what makes you happy, it's all that matters at the end of the day. How you choose to, if you choose to go out and celebrate, if you choose to go and have dinner by yourself, if you choose to go to church, if you choose to volunteer your time, whatever the case is, as long as it's what you choose to do. Maybe, again, you don't want to go out and mingle with other people, and that's perfectly fine. So again, if you do feel, you find yourself alone, you find yourself isolated, maybe you're feeling a little sad, there's nothing wrong with that, There's nothing wrong with just kind of being to yourself, maybe having dinner with yourself or just being by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. I know sometimes, people can get, bent out of shape because, like, oh, we need companionship, we need to be amongst other people. We need to be around loved ones. And, again, I can attest many nights that I had to be by myself. I had to be alone, or, because I had no choice, whether I was locked up or whether I was homeless or whether I was in a new city and I didn't know anyone. I had to be alone. Um, with Thanksgiving, and then, one of the hardest holidays to celebrate if you're by yourself, is Christmas. Christmas, the Christmas holidays, Thanksgiving holidays, for, again, this time of the year, for a lot of people, it's a special time of year. Maybe it's their favorite time of the year, but for a lot of, they dread, because after the Halloween, Christmas and Thanksgiving, it's like it's bombarded in your face and you can't escape it. Um, and it's just like, you know, it's another day. You might be like me, it's just another day. And again, if you choose to, celebrate today, if you choose to be by yourself because that's what you want to do, that's nothing wrong with that. If you don't have a choice, maybe that's not the case for you. Maybe you do want to be around other people. Maybe you do want to go out and enjoy the day, and you just can't find it in yourself. You just can't find it. You can't bring yourself to you know, get yourself going and get out there and, you know, um, be with other people. Again, maybe your situation, maybe you're in a situation where, it doesn't allow you to go and, again, enjoy other people's company. Um, you know, some of my saddest times in life was on the holidays, right around this time, Thanksgiving and Christmas was some of the saddest times that, I can, in my life of living, because it was like, you realize that, hey, here comes the holidays and, I'm going to be spending them alone. I'm not going to be with my family or loved ones. I'm going to be by myself. And that's kind of hard to swallow. And sometimes maybe you get teary-eyed because, when the holidays, when Christmas time come around, when Thanksgiving time, you're sitting there by yourself, and it's like, you do kind of get maybe you do kind of get a little bit depressed, and it is sad, so if you feel that, maybe no one understands what you're going through, I understand somewhat, because again, I've spent many of nights alone, not many of nights, yeah, many of nights, but many holidays alone, and again, some of my saddest times were during the holiday seasons. I mean, one of my saddest, like, Christmases, that I've had was when I was locked up in prison, and it was like my first time being locked up in prison, and, it was right around my, right around, no, yeah, well, I was locked up in my birthday, but, I was locked up, and Thanksgiving, and it was kind of like it dawned. That's when it hit me that, when the realness of the situation, because I don't know if you ever go through something and feel surreal, like it doesn't feel real, and that's kind of how it was when I was locked up. But, Thanksgiving came, and, and I was like, wow, I'm in prison. I'm in prison, not the county jail. I was away from the city that, where, so it was like pretty far to come visit, so I wouldn't get no visits. I was poor in prison, so I didn't have commissary. I was what you call indigent, so, it is like people had their candy bars and their cookies and ramen noodles and, and whatnot, and, I just kind of like, wow, I'm just here all alone. And the only thing that kind of reminded me of Thanksgiving is when they fed us, they did kind of feed us, turkey and ham and dressing or whatever. But, that was the only thing that I had to the Thanksgiving holiday. And Christmas was no different. I mean, for Christmas, when I was in prison, what I got for Christmas was a candy bar, you know. And again, I'm not trying to, blame anything or say that, that that the world owes me anything, because I mean, everybody goes through sad experiences. But what I'm saying, I say that to say this, that again, if the holidays, it can be a good time for some, for a lot of people, but for a lot, it's not. It's a very bad, hard time, And I empathize with you. I feel your pain. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling alone, maybe if you do come across this video and maybe you have a tear in your eye or whatnot, I empathize with you, because I know how it is that just being alone, just being alone and just, sometimes it's just like, you know, but, and it can be hard, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video, but again, I hope that, I hope that, you are you find a great you find a good, happy mind place. I hope that, you're happy. Um, and I know today is probably gonna make you sad or whatnot, but, again, I feel with you. I wish I could share your time with you. I wish I could be there with you now. Um, I obviously I smoke weed, but I would smoke with you if you didn't smoke. Maybe we can drink, maybe we can share a story. I would love to do that. What I've learned as, being alone, I come across a lot of people, and some of the best stories I've heard was from strangers. Sometimes when I find comfort, when I don't have anyone to talk to, maybe I'll talk to a stranger. And sometimes, because a stranger sometimes it's good to talk to a stranger because, you know, the stranger, you'll never see them again in life. Maybe you will bump into them, but for the most part, you don't see them again. And, it's kind of creepy. You just unload your problems on someone you just met. But sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you hold stuff in, and and then it just, you can't hold back, and you just find yourself talking. But sometimes it is good to talk or whatever with a random stranger, and that's if you're a people person. But like me, I'm not really much of a people person. I do try to enjoy company of other people. But again, some of the best stories I've heard in life that that I can relate to was from the stories of strangers, and so what I'm trying to say is that, however you go through this day, however you go through the next holiday that's coming up, that, I hope that it will be a pleasant experience. I hope that it doesn't make it like really hard to cope, really hard to like maintain, because when you're by yourself, when you're alone, no one understands that. No one understands what you're going through. No one understands how you feel. You know, people say get out and meet people, or why do you live like a hermit or whatever, and people don't understand that. Maybe depressed. I don't know nothing about depression. But it's real easy to get depressed. It's real easy that because you can look on, like, I know a lot of times, it doesn't bother me now, but when I used to Facebook and the whole social media thing, I used to get on Facebook and people I knew, they were, kind of doing big, and that kind of made me depressed because it's like, I'm not where I want to be in life, and it's like I'm so far behind, and, because I always set a timetable for myself. And maybe you can relate, when you say, when I'm this age, I should have this accomplished, and when I'm that age, I should have this and that and that. And, and then, when you don't achieve those things, when you don't get those things, it's kind of like, you feel like a letdown, sometimes you know, and that's the way I felt a lot. And so, it's real easy to get depressed. Like, why go out there and embrace life? Why go out and, enjoy what the world has to offer, And it took a long time. It took a really long time for me to kind of understand that, And again, I I know that it is hard. Today, going through today is hard. And I'm not going to say that, it gets better. Because, again, if you're not a people person, if you're not, you don't get all into holiday festivities or whatnot, it's just another day. It's just another day. And so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I hope you found a little bit of enlightenment, I guess, or But again, if you are feeling sad, if you do feel alone, if you feel you feel isolated, you know, um, I feel with you. I sympathize with you. I wish I could be with you right now. I wish that we could talk. We could talk. Maybe I'm not much of a talker, but sometimes maybe I can just talk and you listen or whatever, and whatever the case may be. But I wish I could just share your experience with you. Um, you don't know me, and I don't know you, but I don't know what I'm going with the video here, but I hope that you really do enjoy what's left of your day, and I hope that life is kind to you. I hope it's prosperous, and if we ever do cross paths in life, you know, um, we'll smoke. We'll smoke. We'll get high if you do that type of thing. And again, until next time, take care, stay prosperous, and again, enjoy your day.